Let's bring in security expert EKHOMU for more on this development. How effective has military air onslaught, air offensive really been in the ongoing onslaught against insurgency, given the unconventional nature of the fight and the guerrilla nature of attacks from the insurgents?
Thank you for having me, sir. Well, I think the air component has really been a sharp edge of the dagger in the fight against insurgency. Because remember, we are fighting, this is an asymmetrical warfare, and it's not a conventional warfare. Well, even in conventional warfare, you need air power. But in this particular asymmetrical warfare, you have irregulars, and they mass up somewhere, they attack an objective, and then they retreat. So you have to be able to get to them, because you see, in this case, there is no front line. Everywhere is a front line. Even a church, a mosque, anywhere, IDP camp is a front line for the terrorists. So the only way you can quickly assess those front lines, that's where attacks are taking place, is via air power. And now, how does the Air Force do this? I can't talk about all that, but they are able to surveil, let's put it this way, they're able to gain intelligence assets of the movements of terrorists. And then sometimes information about the movement of terrorists is called in by ground forces or even by force multipliers that might be in place. And so these ones provide information about the movement of the terrorists, and then the air power can engage first. That means using things like attack helicopters or even dropping ordnance on the bad guys. The air power can engage, and then the ground forces will now come in to mop up. So the air component is extremely important in combating insurgency.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the expectations and the optimism you have for the Air Force base being planned to be located close to COMBE International Airport. How much impact will that have on the fight against insurgency in that area?
Thank you again. First you need to position your assets close to where you are going to need them, because if not, you have a logistical nightmare. That is being able to move your assets, in this case, air assets, close to the points, the flash points. Now, if you know the geography of that area, COMBE State is right by Yobe and also Borno. Even COMBE State abuts Adamawa, such that if there's an attack in any of those areas and there is need to deploy the Air Force, an attack aircraft can take off and go out there. And remember, these aircraft that are flying, they are burning fuel. And fuel, go and check price of aviation fuel, very expensive. So it makes it easier for them to fly more sorties. Sorties are air formations in the area. Fly doing ISR intercepts. ISR is intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. Do ISR intercepts, and then be able to identify the enemy on ground, and then call in attack capability to attack that enemy on ground, or even direct ground forces, that is the army now, to go and engage these bad guys. So having that FOB located in COMBE City is a very useful decision. It's a very sound strategic decision. No, not strategic, operational decision. And I think the Air Force should make good of that opportunity to, strike the enemy hard.
Security expert EKHOMU, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us on the news tonight.